my beauty, my style, self-growth, my way.
What's up, love? Welcome to another girl talk video. I have not done a girl talk video in a while, so I'm super excited about today's topic. So let's go ahead and jump in, because y'all already know your girl don't like to waste time. Time is too precious. Are we still having hot girl summer? Or are we done with that? Baby, we're gonna cut hot girl summer off for a few summers at least, or maybe only one summer, depending on your process and how long it takes you. This season, this summer is all about it girl summer. It girl season, that woman becoming her, however you want to reference it. Because I know they got 1,000,001 titles out there. What I want you guys to realize is however it resonates with you, we're doing that this summer. When I say I'm so in love with how women are just taking over everything. We are just bossing up, building businesses, doing this, doing that. Like, I love seeing that. But honestly, some women kind of still need to go through that, you know, little transitional period until they get there. Because if I'm being honest, this is the first year, roughly, we're gonna call it a year. But this is the first year that I have actually stuck with my transition process, and I'm still growing. I'm still growing in a lot of ways. When we really take that time to set apart and make those, you know, start creating those new habits, start like really investing in our change, we are so locked in and so focused that we don't have time to really worry about anything else. So that's what I really mean by like having your it girl summer, is being totally locked in on you. So I know a lot of people like to think of the it girl season being in the winter time. I'm gonna completely disagree with that. I don't think that you should do your transitional period in the winter time. Let me explain. I don't think you have enough temptation during the winter time. Y'all already know summertime, it get hot, baby. The booty shorts is coming out, the titties be like blap blap, you know what I'm saying? The summer dresses be out, we be at day parties, night parties, we traveling, we like at brunch every other day. We are outside, baby. We scattering around like roaches. Don't act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. What I'm saying though is you are more tempted to be outside in the summertime, in all of the activities and the festivities going on. Wintertime, everybody's in the house. So yeah, it's easy to kind of go through a transitional period. Well, I won't say it's easy, but that's a lot of people's go-to season, is to do it in the wintertime, because they're like, oh, well, nobody else is outside. You know, everybody in the house, I might as well. There's a little more discipline that comes into play when you're talking about building that woman season up, building that up in the summertime versus doing it in the wintertime. So let me give you a little bit of an analogy, because y'all know I like my analogies and my, you know, like we gotta make it make sense, right? That's what everything in life, like we gotta make it make sense. When we look at diamonds, all of us, and if you have not, you can get on Dr. Google right now and you can Google how are diamonds made, and 9 times out of 10 is going to tell you the diamonds are made under high pressure and high heat. You have to have a lot of heat and a lot of pressure for a diamond to actually form. Well, if you consider yourself a diamond, which you should, okay, and don't think nothing less of yourself, baby, you need to consider yourself that diamond. And how are you going to form into that best version of yourself, right? You need that high heat. You got to do it in the summertime. You need that heat. You need the heat and the pressures, which being the temptations around you, the pressure of being outside, the pressure of not, you know, or the fear of FOMO and all of that. That's pressure that you need to pack onto yourself so that you can begin to create that discipline. One of my favorite things to do in the summertime, any time of year, it really don't matter, but one of my favorite things is brunch. Y'all know the brunch menus in the summertime go crazy. Like, we all know that. If I know that one of my it girl season factors or whatever is health and weight loss, then if I know that I have all of these pressure type situations in the summertime where I can really like force myself to conform into that new person, I am creating more discipline that way because there's a lot more pressure than if I would have done it in the wintertime. I hope y'all following me because I'm trying to make it make sense. Something I want to leave you with before we actually hop into the 5 steps that I want to talk about as far as really focusing on that it girl era and really understanding what steps you need to take in order to take it on completely so that you can transform your life. That period of isolation that you need to be in order to go through this growth season, understand something about the isolation period. Isolation creates control. Remember that. Isolation creates control. So, like I said, we're outside. It's a lot of stuff going on. And you're, steadily telling your girls, like, I ain't gonna be able to make it today. Like, y'all count me out or whatever. Every time that you are withdrawing yourself from a situation, you are creating more control. So isolation creates control. When you can really create that control in your life, the control is going to equal conforming. So when you start controlling all of those habits and turning them into good habits, you're then conforming into this new version or this updated version of yourself who really has mastered the art of discipline and mastered what the isolation period even meant.
Let me clarify something real quick and jump in here because I don't want anybody to have a misinterpretation of what I'm saying. We're not looking at conformity in the way of the norm. Normal conformity, when we think about that, we're thinking of somebody either conforming to a social norm or conforming in a way that is going to be accepted because maybe they are a person that is highly impressionable. We're not thinking about it from that aspect. What I'm more meaning when I say conforming, you're conforming and you're accepting in new values that are very much so individualized to yourself, but maybe the social norm overall is being in your it girl era. So you're not necessarily conforming to please anybody else. That is not what I'm saying. I'm more so saying, or probably what I should have just said instead of conforming is more molding yourself, but somewhat conforming because you're accepting in principles that you agree with at this point of your life. Somebody else might have those same agreeances on those particular topics, but this is very much so an individualized process. So I just wanted to make that very clear.
Let's go ahead and hop into the 5 steps, or at least the 5 things that we need to recognize about our it girl era, because let's be very clear, everybody's it girl era is going to look very different, which actually brings me into my very first tip. You need to have a very clear understanding about what the it girl era means for you and what you're actually trying to obtain in your life. For example, so you can kind of understand what I'm saying. For me, my it girl era is going to first and foremost be spiritually led. I have been really working on getting back spiritually aligned and making sure that I'm reading, making sure that I'm meditating and actually hearing God and not necessarily coming to God all the time to ask for a prayer. No, I want to hear God so God can tell me what to do instead of me asking for something. So being aligned spiritually is a #1 thing for me in my it girl era. I don't want to sacrifice that anymore. That's my #1 priority. After that is my health and wellness. And it's not just the health and wellness of myself, but it's the health and wellness of my husband, my kids, because as the mother and the woman of my house, I feel like it's going to be my responsibility to help everybody else change their eating habits too. I've talked about this before. I have gained, you guys, it actually went up, but I gained a solid 35 pounds over the last 2 years. I'd say 2.5 years. And here's the thing, I don't eat meat. I have not touched meat in, it'll be 5 years this year. But when I gave up meat, baby, I gained sugar bad. And so my eating and my diet is so off. A lot of the times I have a lot of headaches because I'm not getting the proper nutrients and things like that. We ain't even gonna go into that long spiel because baby, I can talk about that on a whole nother video. But what I want y'all to understand is my health has to become a priority. I'm also thinking about what I'm consuming that's outside of food. I'm thinking about who am I hanging around? Are they feeding me nutrients? Like, are they feeding me joy, positivity, love, all of those things? Am I, watching stuff that is maybe negative and not really fueling me the way that I need to be? It's more than food. You have to really pay attention to what you're consuming overall and really begin to weed out the things that are negative. Another thing about realizing what the It Girl era means to you is like really become focused on becoming that main character in your life. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like people look at the main character idea as a negative. It's not a negative. It simply just means that you desire to change your life. You're desiring growth. You're desiring being on that journey that is going to take you from point A to point B and so forth, so on down the line. So it's not that you're becoming self-absorbed or, you know, like a narcissist or anything like that. It's not that at all. It's just you really deciding that you are the main character, that you are going to do what you need to do to put the focus on you and take away the focus from everybody else. Now, again, I'm a mother. So if you're a mother, you understand that's kind of hard to do. You do have to make sure that your children are where they're supposed to be as well. But I honestly feel like, you know, at some point, you still have to take that back to yourself and put focus on you, because how are those kids gonna be good? How's your household gonna be good unless you yourself are good? So bring that attention and awareness back to your self-love so that you can continue to, you know, change everything else that you got going on in your space around you. Number 2 on the list is accepting the things that you need to withdraw from. Again, I already told y'all, brunch for me is a big thing. That's one of the things that I love to do because I'm not really a party girl. Like, I kind of moved on from that era a long time ago, so I don't really go out like that. So my thing is food. Like, I like to go out, I like to eat, and that's kind of my party, have a good time type moment. But again, if I know that I'm trying to lose weight and I know that I'm trying to gain this health journey, I'm going to have to withdraw from that either indefinitely or withdraw until I have isolated myself enough to where I have all of the discipline and control that I need to, so that I can control what I'm eating when I go out, or I can control the portions when I go out. If you can't all the way quit cold turkey for something, just learn how to limit it as much as possible. So if I know that I want to go out and I want to have a good time at brunch, maybe not go to brunch as much. Maybe go, you know, once or twice a month versus going 3, 4, 5 times, 6, 7, 8, you know, times a month. Y'all get what I'm saying? But just limit what you're exposing yourself to. That way you can really keep that focus on discipline and creating that control. But if you can do it, I say just go through a full-blown isolation period. Keep yourself separate. That way you can really begin to focus on you and what you need to do. Number 3, and this is an important one, important. You need to craft a schedule or routine that you can stick to 100%, okay? Going back to health and wellness, because that's just an easy one to reference. Example being a workout hour, okay? You have to create that dedicated hour in your schedule every day. I don't care what you got going on. I don't care, you know, how many hours of the day you got to do this, that, and the third. Again, it's all about isolating ourselves enough to create that control. You've got to figure out a way to implement putting that workout in. I myself am actually crafting my daily routine schedule right now, because I have always pushed off working out. Oh, I just don't have time. I need to work out. I mean, not I need to work out. I need to record. I need to do this and that. Everything is about time management. It kind of just goes back to the old saying, you have time for what you want to make time for. You have the time there, so make the time for it, and just make sure that you're disciplining yourself to get up during that time that you say you're gonna get up and actually make it happen. But that's the only way that you're going to start creating those new habits. Y'all already know that it's so-called said that it takes 21 days to create or form a new habit. You've got to do the work. There's no other way around it. You have dedicated yourself to hitting your It Girl summer era, then baby, you need to be dedicated 100% and really mold yourself during this time so that you can hit every goal that you set and just, you know, really elevate to a next level of life. Number 4 is also important, because this is something that I have personally struggled with. You have got to track your progress. You want to track those small details, because here's the thing. You're not going to see a big change every single day. Sometimes you might see, like, example, y'all, my TikTok has struggled a little bit. Last year, I had a viral video. It hit like 4.9 million views. Blew my account up to like 43,000, okay? But since then, I have not had another viral video. I'm sure I'll have one eventually, but I have not had one since then. And so sometimes I'll post my TikToks, sometimes they do good, sometimes they're like stuck at 200, 300 views. And I just have to keep telling myself I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. If I only gain 10 subscribers today or 10 followers, I'm cool with that. I know that I'm making daily progress. You have to show up in spite of, and this is where you have to operate in a lot of faith. But overall, I want you to understand that it's going to be very important for you to track your progress so that you can always have something to celebrate. Because again, you're not going to have a huge milestone that you hit every single day. It doesn't work like that. You have to put in work here and here and here and keep on going. And the more that you put that work in, the more chances that you are going to have to hit a big moment. Just always give yourself something to celebrate, because I know how hard it is. Like, I'm right here with y'all. I know how hard it is to get up and keep doing something every single day, and then you feel like you're not getting anywhere. You feel like you're not seeing the results that you want to see. Just keep going and track your progress. That way you always have something to celebrate, because you're worth celebrating. Every single milestone that you hit is worth celebrating. Every single small milestone that you have is worth celebrating. And that's how you really begin to create that gratitude in your life, so that you can, again, manifest or come into fruition more things to be grateful for. But it's all in how your attitude is, and just really being thankful for every single step in your in your journey that you're taking. So my fifth and final tip, which if you've seen any kind of self-help, like manifestation, law of attraction, anything like that, if you've seen it, then you already should know what this last one is. And that is that your thoughts become things, okay? I got that one from The Secret. I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard that, but nonetheless, your thoughts become things. That means that you absolutely, first thing you do in your it girl era, baby, remove all of that toxicity. Remove them negative ass friends that you got. Remove all of that, you know, the negative comments that people make. They you know, preying on your downfall before you even get started. Remove all of those people, because those people don't have your best interests at heart. They're not worried about your progress. They're not worried about seeing you win. They would rather see you miserable and stuck in the same place of life where they are. You need to cut those people off. They do not deserve to be in your space. They do not deserve to share this beautiful aura that you're creating for yourself. You want to create a space that is peaceful. Once somebody decides to really embark on this journey, you woke up one day and you was like, I'm tired of seeing everybody else winning. I'm gonna win too. I'm gonna give me a piece of the pie. When you really hit that moment, I feel like that's when you completely just unlock everything. And those are the people that you want to watch for, because they are so focused on change and so focused on really elevating their lives, that those are the people that can really do it overnight just like that, because they have locked in and they've become in tune with their power and what they're capable of. And that's the whole reason for even doing this video, is realizing how powerful you are, what you're capable of doing. You have decided to go on the It Girl journey or era or whatever, the It Girl summer. We threw out Hot Girl summer, and we are really focused on elevating and becoming that bad. I don't like the B word, so I'm gonna blank that out. But you know what I'm saying, fill in the blank if you want. But we're becoming that woman because we actually have decided, like, look, I'm gonna do all of the steps necessary. If I was rambling at any point, I was trying to just make all my points, and sometimes I just be talking and then stuff be coming out and then I just don't catch it in time. Whatever. But like I said, we are done. No more Hot Girl Summer. We can come back to her. We can come back to Hot Girl Summer, but right now it's It Girl Summer. It's really just focusing on elevating, okay? We are elevating right now. We're gonna boss up. We're gonna create these businesses. We're gonna, you know, grow and scale our YouTube channels. We're gonna do all of that. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's Girl Talk video. Comment down below and tell me if you have your own steps to your It Girl era season. Let me know what you think about the video. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. But anyway, that is all I have. If you have been here before, then baby, you should already know. But if you have not, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below, baby. And also make sure that you are hitting the notification bell as well, so you can see when the videos are going up on my channel. But that is all I have. Until next time, love. Bye.